I love this show. I've watched it twice so far, and it was exactly what the show is meant to be in a good way. Enjoyable for the whole family with some great characters. So here are my favorite moments from this episode, as well as just my thoughts in general about how the show might move forward. We open on a very professional looking hockey rink, the Ducks logo all over it. It immediately made me think of the Hawks in the first film. The Ducks moniker has kinda lost its spirit that was so heavily embodied and fought for in the Mighty Ducks films. This felt like a natural way to take the story. The Ducks were massively successful, and they even created a real life team because of it.
You have never heard of the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. They named a pro team after us.
Sorry. The Ducks have turned into a much more intense place to play hockey, and the heart of the Ducks of the 90s is brought into question.
They actually used to quack. Adorable.
I used to play hockey, and honestly, it would have been awesome if we had all started quacking before the start of practice and games. It is great though that it's turned into a place for kids to be able to train and possibly go pro, but apparently not according to Alex Morrow.
Do you understand that there is about 0 chance that any one of these kids is gonna play professional hockey?
Seemed kind of harsh, but despite the opportunity that the new Ducks present, it has ultimately lost the heart and the spirit that the original Ducks had and were successful with. At this point in the story, our band of underdogs aren't really the Mighty Ducks yet. Evan does talk later about how they're going to go after the Ducks' name.
But not for long, because we're coming for yours.
So maybe eventually they'll get the name, but logistically that just seems weird. It could mean that the Ducks will accept the underdogs as Ducks, but then that's just going back to the team that Evan felt so betrayed by. The Ducks name is something that's already established and can't really be changed. Maybe they'll be the Mightier Ducks? Let's talk about the characters though. It's Lorelai Gilmore. Just kidding. I really like Lauren Graham in these mom roles though. She does such a great job. Her character in this show is a little bit of a hovery mom, but it makes her relationship with her son so sweet. When they're running into the rink, she can't help but make sure her son's safe. Like, sunscreen inside? Kind of extreme, but I thought it was really sweet. Evan Morrow. He's so sweet. I've gone through my notes and literally everyone is just described as so sweet. I shall try to expand a bit more, but it just describes a lot of the characters so well. I really like the positivity of Evan and his willingness to start a hockey team with his mom. I really love the relationship between Evan and his mom. You can tell they really love each other and he's not the unappreciative teen that most teens in films and TV are written as. He reminds me a lot of Joshua Jackson's character, Charlie, from the original movies. Oh my gosh, Nick the Stick.
This is Nick the Stick.
I absolutely loved this kid. He was just the absolute best through the entire episode. His humor was written very naturally and the delivery by Maxwell Simkins made me laugh. My favorite moment from the entire episode was this moment here.
Give me a drink. My pudding.
It's just so sad. Like, no one likes their pudding being splat on the floor. When him and Evan are practicing in the street and he's taking slap shots, it totally made me think of Fulton Reed. At least they're shooting not towards the street anymore, but they are shooting at the houses, but they're shooting with tennis balls. It's fine. Gordon Bombay. I was a little apprehensive about the fact that he hates kids and hockey. Despite going through 3 movies, he's just reverted back to where he started. I really wanted this story move to be motivated by compelling story components and not just because. Of course, he does own an ice rink now, and he's not such a tycoon person. He wasn't as cold as I thought he would be. He's actually pretty funny. This moment made me laugh so hard.
How old?
I think they were 7-year-olds.
No, the cake. How old?
I want to say 3 hours.
It seemed like he was actually interested in what Alex was talking to him about, but it was just about the cake, which makes an appearance later. I thought Bombay and Alex's initial introduction was pretty funny. I was kind of confused as to why she was telling him about her Whitney Houston routine, but the payoff at the end was just incredible. I also loved that Evan was proud of his mom during this amazing performance. Again, not like the typical teenager embarrassed of his mom, thank goodness. Made me love this kid even more. According to the Game Changers poster, Sophie will become a part of this team, so I'm not too worried, but I wanted her to join the team in this episode so bad. Like, she was so close. And then this jerk girl was like, nope. Like, would you even want this girl on your team? But if she hadn't got up, then we wouldn't have gotten this moment with Coob. His character reminds me hardcore of Goldberg. The moment when Evan and Nick met him though was awesome. Some serious reflexes. And when Nick was gonna throw the hammer, like, yeah, just a little too far, man. But I think Sophie will end up injuring herself so bad that she won't be able to play for the Ducks anymore. She seems kind of like Fulton's character in the sense that she's got a killer slap shot, but she's a lot more accurate. This look between Sophie and Evan though at the end of the episode makes me think that she'll be joining the team soon. I'm glad that Evan isn't bitter that she hasn't joined the team yet, like they're still friends. Sophie does seem like a character that might really want to go pro. When Alex was talking about how probably none of the kids were going to go pro, there was a moment when they focused on Sophie. It was understandable why she didn't leave the Ducks. If she really does want to go pro, playing for the Ducks will probably give her a better shot at this point. But she also talks about how her parents probably won't let up on her if she joins the Ducks.
You think I'm gonna be happier on a team that's worse? You think that's gonna get my parents to let up on me?
This moment highlights how much of her life seems to be driven by what her parents want. So does she really want to go pro, or do her parents want her to go pro? This makes me think that she'll either injure herself so bad that she won't be able to play for the Ducks, or she'll have a big thing with her parents and then she'll choose to leave the Ducks. Maya's character moment was pretty cool. It was like, yeah, go! Till she asked if it was okay.
I mean, can I? Is that okay?
I was like, oh, it was so good. I thought this moment was hilarious though.
I like the orange.
Dude, ice skating is hard. Her character will probably struggle with wanting to be popular and desperately wanting to be accepted, but knowing that popularity might not be the only thing that she wants in life. Sam's introduction was awesome. I love the way Evan explained what hockey was.
Sam, I noticed you enjoy flinging your body into large objects.
It's so accurate. Sam's character seems pretty kicked back, but we didn't get much of him in the episode. Logan's introduction was hilarious, and the music seriously just sold it all. And the kid's actually from Canada. At first this moment felt very awkward, but then once you know he can't actually play, it's more of a moment of insecurity about not wanting to tell Evan and Nick that he kinda sucks.
I actually suck.
He does seem like he loves the game and does really want to be good, so I'm sure he'll improve quickly. Lauren Gibby's character is just the perfect kind of awkward. She's a little bit out there, but her character seems like it's gonna be that super awkward but kinda funny kid. Let's talk about this moment though.
You don't bother.
A part of me was like, yeah, and then another part of me was like, but wait, you kind of just did the same thing that this guy did to your son. Saying that none of them are going to be able to play pro is kind of mean. This moment does give the kids their team name though.
The Don't Bothers.
So I guess totally worth it.
You sure that's the name you want to go with?
Bombay's introduction to Evan and Alex was kind of annoying to me. Like if I had some random dude eating old cake telling me I'm doing it all wrong, I would have been like, get out of my face, weirdo. Like telling her to back off, no. I realized that it's supposed to be like a motivational moment for Evan. Bombay does end up going on to say that even though she's doing it all wrong, she's doing it because she loves her son. I was gonna say, all I see is her getting ice time for this kid and driving him everywhere, cutting his grapes, which is totally necessary, you could choke. When I watched the episode the first time, I was totally defensive of Alex, but on the second pass, it wasn't as aggressive as I had thought it was. Alex does get a few clips in there.
Look at you now. How's that leftover Wreck-It Ralph cake?
So it wasn't as bad, but it definitely didn't make me super love Bombay's character right off the bat, which I think was the purpose, so well done. The first episode of the series has made me incredibly excited for the rest of the series. I'm sure a lot of people will be watching this show for nostalgic reasons, but I like that there are definitely those nostalgic vibes, but there's definitely enough new elements and more substance for each character that it's new and a fun watch, and I'm looking forward to more episodes.